Okay, so for concealer, because to be completely honest, I didn't have a primer or a concealer from Dollar Tree. I did use a moisturizer as my primer, and then for foundation, I used this Revlon Illuminant Serum Tint. It's this. I got it at the drugstore when I worked at Rite Aid, so it was pretty affordable. I think it was like $10 or $15 maybe. Not 1,000% sure. It's been a minute. I don't remember exactly, but that's what I have on my skin right now. But from here on out, the rest of my products will be from either Dollar Tree or Shop Miss A. And so this is what I'm working with. Is everything in this bin is from either Shop Miss A or Dollar Tree, so it all falls within the $2 price point, under $2. So what I'm gonna do is I have a couple concealers here. I have 2 from Shop Miss A and 1 from Dollar Tree. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the one from Dollar Tree and I'm going to use this as like an actual concealer, like to conceal my dark spots underneath my eyes, and then do a little bit of color correction right where I have like redness and stuff. And I'm just gonna use a brush, the same brush that I used for the foundation, and I'm just gonna pat that out. Now, if you're like, Shannon, why aren't you using a sponge for this? I only really like to use sponges for cream bronzers or cream blushes, really. And sometimes even then I don't use them. It just kind of depends on my mood, but I like the finish on most of my foundations better that I get with a big brush like this, because this one is a ColourPop F29, and I don't think it's technically a foundation brush. I think it's more of like a powder brush, but it works really well for what I like to use it for, so that's why I'm using it. Now, that concealer, it did cover up my darkness that I have, but it's so close to my actual skin tone that it didn't brighten at all. So I'm going to take this one from Shop Miss A, the Locked Creamy Concealer in the shade LC1, and this Be Pure Hydrating Essentially Ageless Concealer with Hyaluronic Acid. I don't know what shade it was in. I think it was in the shade Light. But I'm going to take this one now and use this to brighten underneath the eyeball, and use a little bit of it on my lid and down my nose and right there. But I'm gonna take my brush and just blend it out. A little bit on the nosy nose, just like that. To be fair, nothing is really gonna cover up this zit that's right here because I picked that bit, but the rest of my skin looks really good. And now my under eyes are really bright, which I like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit before I go in with powder, because I have 2 powders from Dollar Tree that I'm really excited about. I have used them before. They are not like first impressions, but I'm very excited about them. So for blush, I have a couple different options. I have these. That is a powder. Okay, so I have these two from Clean Beauty. This more red tone and this like mauvey pink tone. And then I also have the Be Pure Essentially Ageless Luminizing Blush in the shades. I think one of them is Poppy Pink and another one is something else. But this one is more pink, this one is more orange. So I think if we use these, I'm gonna go with the pink one. Just because peachy blush, it pulls too orange on me. I have too much of a cool undertone. I thought for the longest time I had like a yellow undertone. I've got a pink one, bordering on neutral. I don't know why I ever thought I had a freaking pink or yellow undertone. And then I have these ones from Ioni that were part of their Dollhouse collection. Again, like a more peachy, like hotter pink versus like this light baby doll pink. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do, I can quit touching my face for 5 minutes. That would be cool too. I'm gonna do this light pink one from Ioni, and then on one side, and then I'm gonna do this pinky color on this side from Clean Beauty just to see what they both look like, and then I'll go in on top of both with the Be Pure one just to kind of set the blush. But since I've been talking for a couple minutes now, I am really quick going to set underneath my eye, and I have, these are both by Be Pure. This one is an infused face powder and an essentially ageless powder. These are both really good. I am going to use the infused powder. They are both very mattifying powders. And I'm just going to do under my eye for right now. So I'm going to take my brush again and just pat out all the creases. I'm going to take this little domed brush from ColourPop. It's an F32. Pick up the powder and then put it right underneath my eye. And I'm going to do some on my eyelids. And then also on my nose. Now this powder, it's not like pore blurring or anything. Let me see if I can I dim the light? Oh, it's already as dim as it gets. But it doesn't like get rid of my pores, but it does blur them ever so slightly, especially on my nose, which is really nice. Like, I think I would use this powder almost exclusively as an under eye setting powder and like a nose setting powder, which I'm crazy. I do shit. I do have powders that I just use for setting on my nose because I do get very oily through there. But anyway, let me get a brush to apply the cream blush with. So I'm gonna start out with, where is it? This one from Clean Beauty. And oops, stick my finger in it. Just gonna put my brush in, pick up some on the brush, and then just pop it on like that. I loaded the brush up with too much. It is like a very nudie pink. I don't know what is going on right there, like if it's lifting or if that's just like my cheekbone. That might just be my cheekbone. That just might be a me thing. Okay, but there's that side. And then using a different brush, we'll use this one. I'm gonna take the Ioni blush and I'm just gonna do little dots, just like that, for that blush. And then just to start blending it out. So right away, the colors are different. I don't know why I thought they were similar. This one is a little bit more of a warm toned pink than this side is. But this side blends out a lot easier than this side did. But I think I want them to be a little bit more even. So just like that. And that's the brush I put the Clean Beauty one on. And then blend away. Just like that. Beautiful. Okay. See, I like how this side looks better than I do this side, but this side still is a pretty color. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the Essentially Ageless, I'm 95% sure this color is called Poppy Pink blush. It's like a dupe for Olay, I think, because Essentially Ageless is kind of like their line. And take a blush brush and tap into that and just set. The only option I really have for bronzer isn't even technically a bronzer. It's another one of these Essentially Ageless powders, but it's in a deeper shade. So I'm just going to use it as a bronzer, and it is like a nice pale tone too. So I'm going to use this brush from ColourPop. It's an F28, and I'm just going to get in there really good. It's pretty dusty, but I'm not really mad about it. I don't really care that much. And just sweep on the bronzer. I think it's probably a little bit easier to see it on my forehead because there's nothing else there. This is working to bronze pretty good. Like, you could tell me this was another drugstore brand and I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be in disbelief about it. Okay, so there's that. The other thing I'm gonna do with this bronzer is I'm gonna take, what happened to all my freaking fluffy eyeshadow brushes, I swear. I'm gonna take a fluffy eyeshadow brush, go in to that product, and just sweep that onto my eyes. Just to add a little definition, which we do love. We love some definition here. Like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do next is take the translucent version of the powder we used for bronzer. This one. And I'm going to take, I had a powder puff handy. Actually, I do. This powder puff's not from Dollar Tree, but you can use ones from Dollar Tree. This is a powder puff I've had for years, and I just keep washing the dang thing. It's from Laura Mercier. I got it in a holiday kit like 3 years ago. I'm gonna take the puff and kind of clean up underneath a little bit, and then tap whatever I need to. And then like that. Okay. We do that, and then take the brush that we used for bronzer, just so that we don't have like a white cast. And dust it away. Do you see, like, it's just cleaned up that part of my face a little bit now. I don't know that I would use this powder if I was going to be taking like flash photography pictures, because it is looking really bright on my phone compared to what it does in real life. So it does leave a little bit of a cast, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's not the absolute end of the world either. Now, I'm sitting here looking pretty damn naked without any eyebrows on. So, what do I have for eyebrows? I have a few things, actually. I have 2 eyebrow products from Shop Miss A. One is the tinted brow gel, which I'm not a big fan of. I did a review on this months ago. And then I also have the brow styler, which isn't bad, but it needs a spoolie, not this toothbrush thing. So I'm not going to use either one of those. I'm going to use these products from Ioni, which I found at Dollar Tree. They have a brow pencil without a spoolie, but like I have spoolies. I have a whole freaking pack of them if I need to use them. Should it come with a spoolie? Yes. And then I also have this Ioni clear brow gel. So I'm going to spoolie my brows up, and then we'll do the brow gel. I need my back to pop though. Those concealers aren't doing like too bad. My phone does not like it when I get this close to you, but it's not doing too bad. It is like creasing where I naturally have creases, but everything does that, so it's not like I'm super mad. Take this Ioni brow gel. And okay, brow gel is in. They did only have one shade of the brow pencil. It's in a brown. My eyebrows are brown. It's fine. But if you have darker hair, I would look for the one from LA Colors. They have a really good brow pencil in like black, and I think they have it in like taupe and stuff too. I've used that one before. I like that one, and it has a spoolie at the end, which is really nice. Take that one. This one is better behaved than this one is, I will say. Can usually get one eyebrow to go right, and then the other one kind of just goes to shit. Okay, but there's the eyebrows. Not bad. Not bad at all. I will say the brow gel kind of turns a little bit gummy. I don't know if you can see it on my spoolie, but it's like gummed up with the brow gel. And this was a clean spoolie, so it's not like it had other stuff on it. What do I want to do now? Could do eyes. Could do highlighter. I could do lips. I think we're gonna do highlighter next. So this one is from Ioni. It's a blush. This one is from Ioni. It's in the shade Emma. This is from a collection a while ago, I believe. But I've had it too for a while. Like, people were like, Shannon, why did you stop shopping at Dollar Tree? I didn't stop shopping at Dollar Tree. I stopped doing videos about Dollar Tree because they were never getting any views. But so I'm gonna take the highlighter. If you guys can't find this one anymore, the one from LA Colors is really good too. But this gives like a blinding highlight, which I like. I never got over the 2016 phase of a blinding highlight. Ever. Like, there's no such thing as too much highlighter. I mean, there is, but there's really not, so. My foot is asleep now. I kind of want to do a little bit more of like a grungy eye look. So for that, this is the shade Goblin from Shop Miss A. And it is, like you guys can see, I've used this thing. I love it so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clean blender brush and I'm going to go in to that Goblin shade. There is a lot of kick up with these, but they're $1 on Shop Miss A. They're not even like the $1.25, they're $1. And I'm just gonna run that through my crease where we had that bronzer at earlier. Because, baby, we are going to go insane with this. And I'm only going to use this color in my eyes apart from the bronzer that we had in there, or have in there, because this shadow is enough. You don't need anything else. Which isn't something I say too often. But like that. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more of a flat brush. Like, I've got a whole set of friggin' brushes down here. Do you think I can find any that any of the ones I'm trying to use? No. No, I cannot, and it's insane. Okay. So I'm gonna take this brush from Jessup. Wrong thing. And I'm gonna use, again, this eyeshadow. Kind of get the product on there. Tap off the excess, which there will be. And just brush it on. Now, the nice thing about this eyeshadow being so powdery is it does go really far. Like, it's powdery like ABH is powdery. But how pigmented and blendable are ABH's shadows? Those are some of my favorites. Do the same thing. Other eye. Like that. And then I'm just going to take what's left on the brush and run it underneath. Oops. Like that. So you could leave the eye look like this if you so choose. Blend it out a little bit more, you'll be fine. Clean it up a little bit. And you're fine. It's a very dark, deep look. Okay. But it'll look fine. It looks fine. If you want to, Shop Miss A also has these Venetian Romance creamy eyeshadows. Like, this one is in the shade Jewel. Think ColourPop Super Shocks, because that's pretty much what they are. They also have these Magical Girl liquid eyeshadows from Shop Miss A. And then, if you can still find them, LA Colors from Dollar Tree had these iced pigment powders, and I've got the shade Twinkle, Gleam, they almost sound like Christmas collection, and Glisten. What I think I'm going to do is, my foot is really falling asleep. Take that highlighter we used earlier, get a little bit on my finger. It's starting to get hard can. And just put it right there. Just a little bit. Just enough to like lighten it a little bit to give you some more contrast, I guess would be a good word for it. If anybody's wondering what I'm doing, I was literally just scraping the hard pan off the highlighter with the spoolie. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Like that. Beautiful. Love to see it. Okay. For lips. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this LA Colors glow stick. It is technically, it's like an eyeshadow stick. But I'm going to use it as like an additional highlighter, especially right in my inner corner, like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. And then kind of to stick with this, most of what I have from Dollar Tree, not even gonna lie, I need to do mascara, is lip products, because they always seem to have name brand lip products. Like I have Revlon, I have Maybelline, I have more Revlon, Flower Beauty, LA Colors, Maybelline. But the lip I'm going to use from Dollar Tree today is from Maybelline. It is in the shade 704 Carnal Brown. And it is just like pretty effing perfect. Of a cool toned brown. I don't have a lip liner from there, so I'm not going to put one on. And then this mascara is from Ioni Cosmetics. It does have the type of wand I like, so I guess we'll see how it works. That's what it looks like on my top lash. It doesn't really do too much. I wonder, like, the wand is fine. I think it's the formula is too thin. Yeah, it's the formula because it's not even building. But it is a really good lower lash line mascara. I don't know how you got there, but okay. So maybe I would skip the Dollar Tree mascara and just get one from like Essence or something, because that's what I use all the time is Essence. It's $5. It's really, really good. Yeah. I can't decide if I like this look or if I feel like I look like a clown. And I think I feel a little bit like a clown. I think the blush is just a little bit too much for as dark as the eyes are. Other than that, I think everything turned out really, really good. So I just wanted to do this video to show you guys what you can get for $1, maybe $2 at most, unless you want to splurge on like what I did with the foundation, because I didn't have one that I wanted to try from Shop Miss A. I don't really like their foundations. I couldn't find one that was my shade at Dollar Tree. So this is what we worked with. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love how like a completely different zip code. Maybe don't use that powder if you're gonna have bright lights, because it is flashing back really bad. But yeah, if you guys like this video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you would be so kind. I would very much greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, I will see you all in my next one. Bye, friends. Jesus, this took an hour.